is Michelle Morgan, as you all just heard, and I am the rector of St. Mark's Episcopal Church, and I will add that I am a Christian, not a Christian nationalist. Our commitment as the Episcopal Church to marriage equity is a witness to God's boundless love and justice, rooted in the belief that every person bears the image of God. My denomination affirms that all couples, regardless of gender, regardless of their non-binary status or trans status, are eligible to receive the sacrament of holy matrimony. That is killing me. This conviction has emerged through decades of prayer, discernment.
Really close to the microphone. Come forward.
There we go. Thank you. Thank you so much. This conviction has emerged through decades of prayer, discernment, and courageous leadership. Our Bishop, Marianne Buddy, called for mercy, a call for all of us to recognize and honor the holiness of every human bond grounded in love and faithfulness. In 1976, our national body declared that gay and lesbian persons are entitled to equal protection under the law with all other citizenry, laying a moral foundation for inclusion. In 2012, the Church called for a repeal of discriminatory laws and authorized a liturgy for a blessing of same-sex relationships. In 2015, just after the Supreme Court made marriage equity the law of the land, our church amended its canons to open the right of matrimony to all people. As a priest, I tend an altar in the midst of a community that includes beloved members of the LGBTQ plus family, people whose faith, love, and courage testifies daily to the gospel power. Around that table, we remember that we are all God's beloved, each one called to the mystery of grace. Our God demands not only mercy but justice, the justice proclaimed by the prophet Amos. Let justice roll down like waters and righteousness like an ever-flowing stream. This is not just the journey of the Episcopal Church. It is of many faith communities, practices, and denominations. My friends, this work of inclusion is not complete, as we know, and someone is trying to tear it down. It is work that we have to do, and it is not easy. And yet, let me tell you, the Episcopal Church continues to walk this path together, trusting that mercy and justice, in that we will find the heart of God together, no matter what you believe or what you do not believe. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. I'm just going to walk away from the microphone now.
Can everybody hear me out there? I'm Justice for All, representing from Refuse Fascism NorCal. I want to introduce our next speaker. Our next speaker is Allie Kurd of Lambda Legal. Allie, step right up.
Yeah, Allie!
What fucking baller!
Good morning, everyone. As I just said, my name is Allie Kurd. I use she, they pronouns. I'm the staff policy attorney at Lambda Legal, which is the nation's oldest and largest legal organization dedicated to the rights of LGBTQ people and everyone living with HIV. I wish I was here under happier, more woo-like circumstances, but we're here today because the Supreme Court is going to decide whether it will grant or deny certiorari in a petition seeking to overturn Obergefell v. Hodges. That made marriage equality the law of the land. And they are looking to create a religious exemption that gives government employees license to discriminate against people based off of who they love. Shame. Shame. We urge the court to honor what millions of us know already. We know this is fundamental, that LGBTQ families are part of the nation's fabric. We are integral to the fabric of this nation. We are living in and contributing to every community in this country. We are building loving homes and thriving small businesses. We are raising children, caring for pets, neighbors, elders, and we are volunteering for our communities. We are the backbone of this nation.
That's right.
The court has already made note of all of these things 10 years ago when they made the decision in Obergefell, citing that hundreds and thousands of children are already being raised in loving and nurturing homes led by same-sex couples. And not only was marriage equality recognized by the Supreme Court, Congress codified it into law with respect for Marriage Act. These decisions are unbreakable. This is an unbreakable vow affirming the simple truth that our Constitution guarantees equal treatment for everyone, regardless of who they love, regardless of who they are.
That's right.
Let us be clear that there is no reason for the Supreme Court to review this case. There is no case here. Granting review would cause unnecessary harming of our families, undermining the rule of law, undermining our rights. Lower courts have already found that government employees cannot use their religion as reasons to discriminate against people because of who they are and who they love. There is no justifiable reason for the court to revisit this case. It's settled law. They're just going to destabilize our families, and we cannot stand for that. So to the court, we ask you to honor your own precedent, to honor the Constitution's commands to individual liberty and equal protection for everyone under law, and above all, to honor the reality that LGBTQ families are deeply rooted in every town in this city, in every town and every city in this United States. There's no reason for them to review that and to take that away from us. To our community, we say, this fight is not new. Our community has been fighting for decades for the right to love who we love, to marry who we want, to be who we are, and we will continue to do it. This is not going to be a quick process. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be linear. We've lived through scary times. We've lived through dark times, and we'll do it again. We've endured many defeats, but we have persevered. And when we persist, we prevail, and we will continue to prevail. Thank you all so much for being here. We really appreciate your support.
Thank you so much, Allie Kurd with Lambda Legal. Give it up one more time. I want to introduce myself again for everybody who just showed up. My name is Sansara Taylor. This is Justice for All. Come on up here, Justice. We are with the Trump Must Go Now movement, and we are welcoming you all to be here today to stand up for marriage equality, to stand up for LGBTQ rights, to stand up against theocracy in this country, and to join us in the demand that Trump must go now. I want to, before I bring up our next speaker, I want to acknowledge something. Somebody just came to me, and I want to share this because it's important. Somebody came to me when I spoke about abortion rights, and they made the very important point that it is not just women who get abortions. It is trans men, it is non-binary people, and everybody who needs an abortion needs to have that right unencumbered, and the rights of trans people and non-binary people need to be defended in society, in healthcare, and in every regard. And I want to appreciate that sentiment, and it is part of why we began today by calling out what Trump did, what this court did yesterday, in giving Trump the right to deny passports that correspond to people's gender identity. This is part of the erasure of trans people, along with kicking trans people out of the military, which does more than just remove them from the military. It is part of denying their humanity and saying we're going to live in a society that legally segregates and subjugates people who do not conform to patriarchal gender and sexual norms. That's right. So I want to appreciate this, and I wanted to speak it. I also want to explain why, as I did to my new friend, why I speak specifically about women's right to abortion as part of this fight. And that is because the assault on abortion is very, very consciously tied on the part of the Christian fascist theocratic movement in this country, which is very deep, very organized, very powerful, and very different than most mainstream, big-hearted, decent Christians, including some of them you're hearing from today. I'm talking about Christian biblical literalists who believe, and a lot of people don't know this, so I'm going to share this, that women should be denied the right to abortion because it says in the Bible that women committed original sin. And it is because of women that everything bad that has ever happened has happened. Women caused the fall of man. And if you read the Bible literally, it says the only way women can redeem themselves for this alleged sin is by obeying their husbands and having children. And this has been pro-abortion movement for decades, trying to say that it is women's duty, highest purpose, and only mission to obey their husbands and have children. And the assault on abortion is an assault on the fundamental rights and lives and existence of women as full human beings. So we can hold both those truths at the same time, and in fact we need to. Because the Christian fascist movement that is coming for women is the same biblical literalist movement that says in Leviticus it should be enforced that same-sex couples, a man who lay with another man as he would a woman, should be stoned to death. These people believe this, and this is getting currency and backing by the courts. Okay, it may not be that extreme yet, but it is going there, and do not underestimate it. Women are dying today because of this. Trans people are having their lives endangered already by this, and it does not get better. So I wanted to appreciate the sentiment that was shared with me. I wanted to explain how we see these connected, or at least how I see them connected, and we have a diversity of views in this movement, and that is another part of our strength. So with that, I want to ask you to put your fist in the air and say, Trump must go now.
Trump must go now.
Trump must go now.
Trump must go now.
Supreme Court,
Supreme Court,
we judge you.
we judge you.
Supreme Court,
Supreme Court,
we judge you.
we judge you.
Illegitimate.
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 Okay, with that, I want to welcome one of our partners in the Trump Must Go movement. The National Organization for Women has been around for decades, standing up for the rights and lives of women, to abortion, to equal pay, to equal participation in society. Please give some love to Shelby Von Hoff. Really close so it doesn't squeak.
Gotcha. Good morning, everybody. Well, here we all are, out here again on the steps of the Supreme Court. I mean, it's good to see everybody. I recognize a few familiar faces, but I don't know about you, but I'm getting tired of having to come out here every couple of weeks to be able to say and protect my civil rights. How about you guys? Right? It's exhausting. You know, it's funny, today is actually my birthday. And I do have to say, SCOTUS, this is a really shit present. Honestly.
You can keep it.
In all seriousness, the National Organization for Women has been in the fight for marriage equality since 1995, when we declared that marriage is a fundamental right that must not be denied to same-sex couples. The victory of Obergenfell in 2015 was a watershed moment for LGBTQIA community, making love is love the law of the land. Now, Christian fundamentalist Kim Davis is hoping that the Trump-appointed and allied conservative justices on the Supreme Court will turn back the clock. Well, we say no.
No.
We can't rely on the Trump-packed Supreme Court to protect us. The Dobbs decision showed us that they have no problem stripping away our civil rights. And also, of course, yesterday's passport decision. But you know what we can rely on? We can rely on us. I mean, we're all out here. We are the ones who will still be out here, making it clear that love won and that we are not going back. We can sound the alarm and make sure that everyone knows what is at stake, and that regardless of the outcome of today's conference, we will still be out here fighting for marriage equality and for civil rights for everyone.
That's right.
We did it once, and we can do it again. As Tuesday's results showed, Trump can't stop us when we all stand together. He sure is giving us a hell of a lot of practice. We won't go back. Not now. Not ever. Thank you.
Thank you. Give a round more, one more round of applause.
Not going back.
We're not going back. We're not going back. We're not going back. We're not going back.
We're not going back.
right, we're not going back. Give yourselves a round of applause for being out here today. All right, we're going to keep this party going. Let's go. Just know how we really feel out here. We've got a chant we want to teach you guys. If you were here with us doing the march from George Washington to Georgetown, you may already know the words. If it's your first time here, you're going to learn it today. There are 4 principles that we want to take with us throughout this movement, and we remember them through this chant. So here we go. You guys ready? Ready. And everybody in the back can hear me? All right, here we go. Number 1, our solemn vow.
Number 1, our solemn vow.
Trump must go, Trump must go now.
Trump must go, Trump must go now.
Number 2, we're nonviolent.
Number 2, we're nonviolent.
Gather millions, won't relent.
Gather millions, won't relent.
Number 3, we must unite.
Number 3, we must unite.
Different views, but the same fight.
Different views, but the same fight.
Number 4, when they attack.
Number 4, when they attack.
Rally more than come right back.
Rally more than come right back.
Now it's your turn, take a stand.
Now it's your turn, take a stand.
Join us from across the land.
Join us from across the land.
Join us in our solemn vow.
Join us in our solemn vow.
Trump must go, Trump must go now.
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 All right, give yourselves a round of applause for that. And we want to take those principles with us throughout this movement. So remember those lyrics. Take them with you on the streets. The next time we're in the streets, we're going to be chanting that, letting everybody know that we are coming with nonviolent resistance against this Trump fascist regime. And now, without further ado, I want to introduce lawyer and one of my personal favorite activists from the queer community, transgender activist Zoe Kilmer.
Oh, it's so fun to look out in front of all of you.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a better metaphor than this building under construction?
Yes.
My name is Sophia Zoe Kilmer. Your LGBTQ activist and attorney and owner of Defend Trans Rights. We defend everyone's rights. I am but one voice of millions of trans people across this country. And I write and rewrite headlines online to expose what's going on. And boy, was this week very up and down. On Wednesday, the headlines read, "Blue tsunami rolls across the nationwide." But here's the rewrite the mainstream media won't tell you. This is more accurate. Election shows people don't like fascists! And here's another one for you. On November 6th, this lobster Supreme Court, this caliphate,
Right, that's right. Yes.
who clearly wishes to enable Trump to do what our Constitution states he may not. They must expect us all to not know how to read. But guess what? I know how to read the Constitution and interpret it. And I know your precedents already. Lobster Court, Supreme Court. And regardless of what they say, we all know what the Constitution actually protects. And so this Supreme Court, who wants to serve and is showing us that it is serving as a rubber stamp to allow this deeply unpopular and sadistic president to flaunt his outright, complete, and total disregard for our Constitution and rule of law. Yesterday, this lobster Supreme Court in a 6-3 shadow docket denies the realities of the hardships of the trans existence. Furthermore, it enables Trump to discriminate against transgender people like me and make us de facto second-class citizens.
No!
By denying us governmental documents that match our gender identity and the reality of our trans experience and existence. And that is deeply unconstitutional, immoral, and wrong.
Yeah.
That's right.
But I didn't come all the way from Philadelphia, the home of democracy and the birth of our Constitution, to tell you what you already know. That this lobster Supreme Court that is illegitimate and enabling and rubber stamping this fascism is hurting us and denying us our constitutional rights. I came here to share a story of hope. And this is that story. I, like thousands of other transgender individuals, took advantage of the ACLU's hard-fought victories at the lower level in Trump versus Orr, the case that this Supreme Court overturned yesterday. And in that moment, at the consulate, there was a federal worker. And as I was frantically trying to get all of my stuff in, I remember saying to her, and this will live in my life forever, and I hope on the internet, I said, I sure hope that I get my passport and stuff in on time, because I am so worried that the Supreme Court will overturn the lower court. And she said, don't worry, we'll overturn them. In that moment, I didn't quite I couldn't feel the significance of that moment. But later on, I reflected and cried tears of joy. This federal worker, in earshot of other workers, heard my plight, and in this one sentence told us all everything we need to hear.
That's right. That's right.
We, showing a sign of allyship, we will overturn them.
That's right.
And I am here to share the truth that this lobster Supreme Court knows, which is we are already overturning them. Look at the results on Tuesday. And that is due to the work of all of you and all of us activists across this great goddamn country that are working every day to prove that we will overturn them.
All right, thank you so much, Sophie.
Yeah.
I want to ask if Dr. Ali Mohammed is present to please come on to the side of the stage. We want to know if you're here. And Andy Boykins. We're hoping you're here as well. If you are, please come to the side of the stage so we know you're here. With that, we want to keep things moving. We are so pleased to have with us here today the shadow representative of D.C. You know, D.C. does not have representation. But the people of D.C. want representation, and they chose somebody to be their representative in a shadow capacity, and he has been outspoken against the crimes of Trump, outspoken against the violation of the people's rights with the military occupation of this city, and he has been a partner with Refuse Fascism and others in launching the Trump Must Go Now movement. So please, put your hands together and give some love to Oye Oweliwa.
Thank you. Greetings, and more greetings, my fellow comrades. I am Dr. Oye Owoliwa, the U.S. Representative of Washington, D.C., and I'm empowered to be here today. This week, few days ago, we had thousands in front of the Washington Monument saying 4 words: Trump must go now. And for those who heard me speak that day, I also said that Trump's enablers must also go now. So it's more than important for us to be here in front of the Supreme Court saying that very thing. Years ago, in Trump's first presidency, he put in 4 justices to protect himself over the Constitution. Years later, we're seeing the returns on those investments. We see this very Supreme Court violate our Constitution, making sure that the president has immunity that he never had before. Challenging birthright citizenship to attack the brown community. Attacking affirmative action to attack descendants of American slavery. And is now challenging the LGBTQ plus community because it's more impactful for him to attack people than it is to protect people. But today, it ends now because we deserve better in America. We deserve a White House that protects each and every one of us. And we're demanding better because we deserve it. I represent Washington, D.C., a place where 700,000 Americans are fighting for D.C. statehood, fighting for equality, fighting for our just due. But we have enablers in office. You know, there are hundreds of people that work and serve in D.C., but I'm here by myself because it's much easier for them to keep their jobs and hide than it is to speak truth to power. So I call for you guys to represent me. I call for you guys to fight for me. I call for you guys that live in D.C. to stand up. I call for you guys who do not live in D.C. to call your representatives, to call your senators, to call your local council members and mayors, and fight for us in D.C. because right now, not all of us are fighting for ourselves. We have organizations like Refuse Fascism and other groups fighting in these streets day and night. But you guys that Refuse Fascism are keeping the fight going. Not every day, every hour, every minute, bringing folks from all communities, women, LGBTQ+, black people, white people, and beyond, because when Trump attacks one of us, he attacks all of us. And when he attacks any of us, we are all standing up because this is America. We had news from all across the world this week showing what America is like, and we brought it to them. The CNNs, the BBCs, the Al Jazeeras, the local media now knows what the fight of resistance is in America because of you all. So bless you all. I refuse fascism. because you brought all of these organizations together. You brought me here. You brought real activism here. And that's what's needed. Today is the beginning of the end of the fascist regime that we call the Trump administration. Today is the day that we reform the Supreme Court. And there's ways to do it non-violently. We should push to expand the Supreme Court so it's not just instituted by fascist governments like Trump. We shall instill term limits so those in the Supreme Court don't just treat this as a lifelong gravy train. We must kick the Clarence Thomases out. Our rule of law is not for sale. We should remove the partisanship out of the Supreme Court because they serve us, not just one person. The Supreme Court belongs to us. We the people. We are America. Whether you've been here for one day, whether you've been here your entire life, whether you're a citizen, whether you're an undocumented, this country belongs to you. Now, as a child of African immigrants, my parents came in the 1970s. They were granted amnesty by a Republican president. See how much this party has fallen. And years later, when that party fell, the Democratic Party stood up and fought for them. But look how much that party has fallen. We have terms like illegal aliens, where there are no legal aliens. Undocumented people deserve respect. Undocumented Americans deserve to be treated with fairness. Undocumented people deserve a pathway to citizenship through dignity. And we deserve a president who keeps the government open to make sure we have health care rights, make sure we have SNAP, make sure people are taken care of and not being discriminated against for partisan gain. We deserve better. DC deserves better. America deserves better. And here at Refuse Fascism, we will get better. Thank you all. God bless America, soon to be 51st state, Washington, D.C.
Applause for our DC representative. All right, I'm going to bring up our next speaker. This is Cameron Hurt of Common Cause. Cameron, come on up.
All right, let's not have that again. Good morning, everybody. My name is Cameron Hurt. I am from Common Cause, Hawaii. I come all the way from the Pacific Ocean with some of my fellow Kama'aina over there. Thank you for having me. To be here today, when the Supreme Court is possibly going to hear a case to overturn the right to marriage for all, is astounding to me. I'm literally shaking right now because I'm shaking right now because I can't understand. You see, I can't understand how people who claim the love of Christ attack people who are loving privately in their own homes. I can't understand how men who are so put off by men kissing are yet in men and women's beds every thought of the day. I don't understand it. I don't understand why Lindsey Graham isn't here either, but that's another point altogether. I come from a state, from an island, from a nation of sovereign people. You guys know them as Native Hawaiians. We know them as Kanaka Maoli. Before there was ever a constitution, before the first settlers made it to DC, there was already a third gender for Kanaka Maoli. You see, I come from a place where we have a beautiful, thriving community that we call Mahus, the third spirit. They are teachers, they are artists, they are parents, they are warriors. And they give to our islands every second of every day. Loyalty, commitment, ohana, family. And so, while I am all the way here in DC, and I am a very proud Black American, 12 generations in this nation, it is my distinct honor and privilege to speak and represent and advocate for my Mahu community back in my home in Hawaii. It's not just the gay marriage they're after. You think that'd be enough, right? They're not. This Supreme Court is also set to gut the Voting Rights Act. These same people, again, who talk to us about a meritocracy, about moving past race, are set to destroy the legacy of Dr. King. But much like before, I say this, we're not going anywhere. If you are trans, they're not going anywhere. Mexicans are not going anywhere. Muslims are not going anywhere. African Americans are not going anywhere. The Italians who built shopkeepers, who built banks, the Jews who built the entertainment industry, the African Americans, the Mexicans, the Native Americans who worked the fields. We've been here since its inception, and we are not going anywhere. It's going to get hard. We are going to be stressed. I have sat in my kitchen on the floor and cried. And I thought, how much more can we take? But then I realized, so you can't see what's ahead of you if you're looking down. So lift your head up. When you worry, look to your left, look to your right now. This is America. When you need to draw strength, you remember the people who are out here right now. I mean, I'm from Hawaii, out here in this cold weather with you right now, okay? Sucking back snot and everything, but I'm here right now. I'm not going. I will fight with you today. I will fight with you tomorrow. I will fight with you until the wheels fall off, as we say in my community. And I'm a very proud Muslim, so I know something about your religion being hijacked. So I want to say this. I'm a proud Muslim who comes from grandparents who ended their prayers for me with "In Jesus' name we pray." And that means that I know real Christians when I see them. So don't talk to me about Christ while you have a man occupying the White House who has 3 baby mamas. Don't talk to me about Christ when you have a man who's been married more times than I can remember. Do not talk to me about Christ while a man promotes a Bible dripped in gold. God said you give what to Caesar is Caesar, but you give what to God is what is his. I do not have to be a Christian to defend the beauty of the gospel, and what you do not get to do is bastardize a religion and say that you are here to promote it. You are no Christian that I know. And so as we do fight Christian nationalism, I implore all Christians, I implore everyone of faith, stand up, show us the love of God. Because as somebody who worships the God of Abraham, I know that this is nothing more than a mockery of the word of Christ. I will not stand for it. Don't you stand for it. Do not let another extremist group hijack another beautiful religion, please. And I'll say this to end. Today, tomorrow, the hereafter. You can get comfortable. You can think you've got it made. But if they are Christians like they say they are, one day you will have to stand in front of the same God that I believe in. Good luck on that conversation. Thank you guys so much. Aloha.
We are the people! Power to the people! We are the people! Power to the people!
All right, well, I want to give my love to Cameron Hurt all the way out from Hawaii. And I want to say I feel the depth of conviction that everybody had when they said, no, we're not going anywhere. About immigrants, about women, about trans people, LGBTQ people as a whole, about all the people whose rights are under attack. I want to link this to why we say Trump must go now. Because the lesson of history, and some people don't like to hear this, is that the moral arc of the universe actually does not have a directionality on its own. It does not always bend towards justice. It actually is up for grabs right now. And a lot of people, the reason I kept going back to what this court did to women's right to abortion and to the right to abortion for everybody who needs it, is a lot of people thought, no, you can never push us backwards. And I was here in front of this court when people said, don't worry, you may have the court, but we'll always have the abortion pill. You can't stop us. We'll do it ourselves. But you know what? Women are dying today because of this. Lives are foreclosed because of this. Do not underestimate the power of the state in the hands of fascists when they remake the laws. We can say immigrants are not going anywhere, but they are disappearing. 4,000 school children in Los Angeles alone are missing this year. 4,000! And we do not know if they've been deported. We do not know if they're in camps. We do not know if they've self-deported. We do not know if they're just at home in hiding with their parents. What we do, yes, children. What we do know is that immigrant communities are being emptied out of terror, out of Gestapo raids, and as much as that sentiment, and I am not taking anything away from the conviction with which it was spoken and responded to by all of you, but if we want that to be realized, we have to drive Trump from power. Because the nature of fascism is they remake the rule of law. They remake the institutions. They remake it and they back it up with the force of law. We see it with ICE today, and there are billions of dollars in scaled up funding we haven't even felt yet. They are expanding their recruitment. They are expanding the violence. They asked Trump yesterday, I believe, what he thought of the terrorists, specifically preschool kids in Chicago. Their preschool teacher in front of the children and the parents assaulted and dragged out and kidnapped. As she said again and again, she has papers. And it would be wrong even if she didn't. They did this and they asked Trump, is this too extreme? Is this going too far? He said, I don't think so. He said, we need to get them out. He said, immigrants are poisoning the blood of our country. He is approving denying refugee status all over the place, and 90% of the refugees who've been approved in the last wave are white African, South African Afrikaners. He is actually working aggressively to remake the makeup of this country. And you know what? If he's not driven from power, if his regime is not driven from power, yes, non-violently, but with relentless determination, if we do not remove their hands from the levers of the state, then they will actually succeed. That is the nature, and people need to wake up to this. Because fascism is not just the worst policies we've seen. It's not just a pendulum swing. It's not something you live through. It qualitatively changes the nature and the form of rule. It takes away the rights of people, and it shuts down all the space for people to stand up and oppose it. That's why he called nonviolent protesters terrorists. That's why he's designated nonviolent protesters as domestic terrorists. That's why he is sending in his so-called Justice Department to indict, investigate, arrest, and yes, he wants to imprison his rivals within the ruling institutions. It's the same thing the Nazis did. And there is a point when it becomes too late to resist them. So I'm saying this to say that if we want to make good on the righteous sentiment, the beautiful sentiment that Cameron spoke to and you all echoed, this is why we are here. This is why he is here. This is why we're together here today, to say Trump must go now and to launch a movement and to bring forward a movement. It's beautiful we have hundreds here today, but there needs to be thousands and tens of thousands and soon millions right here in D.C., creating the level of profound political crisis where Donald Trump cannot govern this country, cannot impose his fascist program, and cannot even hang on to the reins of power. We need to. We need to. We need to. We need to, through our sustained, that means coming back again and again, our relentless, nonviolent, growing struggle here in the seat of power. We need to change who has initiative within the ruling institutions. We need to compel and enable those in the halls of power, whether it be the courts, the Congress, or any other ruling institution. We need to compel and enable those who are opposed to Trump's lawlessness, and there are many. We need to compel and enable them to act, to remove Trump from power. And that only happens if we create such a political earthquake from below that they have to respond. And this is life and death, and it is not just life and death for trans people, though it is. It is not just life and death for the black youth who are being terrorized in this city and Chicago and around the country by Trump's National Guard and soon the military, although it is. It's not just life and death for women, though it is. It is not just life and death for all kinds of people affected by communicable diseases as they gut public health. Though it is life and death, and we could go down the list, it is going to affect all of humanity, because we're talking about fascism in the most powerful, most militarized country in the history of the world. So it is our solemn responsibility, and it is our solemn opportunity to do what most people, most generations do not have the chance to do. They don't have the burden, but they also don't have the chance, which is to change the course of human history in a way that is better, radically better for all of humanity. This is our mission. And this is why we say Trump must go now. And this is why we are gathering tomorrow at 11 a.m. in Columbia Heights on Lamont and Mount Pleasant, to march through Columbia Heights, the immigrant neighborhoods, to take this message to them and to rally them to join us. This is why we will be back in front of the White House. We're doing more stuff every day. Go to Refuse Fascism on Instagram, on the website refusefascism.org. Get signed up. This is why we're going to be marching every day, protesting every day. But on the 15th, next Saturday, we are going to be in front of the White House. Come from across the country and join us. Come from across the country and join us. If you voted on Tuesday because you hate Trump, recognize that may be a righteous stand, and it is better that it's not a whole lot more fascists in power. But Trump is not going to respect elections he loses. We've also got to get into the streets. We got to be here Saturday the 15th and Monday the 17th. We're coming again in front of the White House, and the 20th through the 22nd with the removal coalition. We've got to be back. This momentum has to grow. So I want to get back to our speakers. I just wanted to bring us back to the mission this was part of. All of this is part of. We have two more beautiful speakers. I am so pleased to introduce our next speaker. He is somebody who goes all the way back to the Stonewall Rebellion, was on the front lines then, has not slowed down since. He is somebody who is proudly married to his husband, a right that he and so many others should be able to take for granted, but which is being called into question today. I want you to put your hands together for a dear friend and comrade and a personal hero of mine, Jim Farrat.
I'm just looking at all of you and the diversity that makes up America. This is the diversity that is being stamped on. The Trump administration has finally dropped the hammer on gay and lesbian and trans people. They've tried to erase the word gay. They've tried to erase the word lesbian. I'm queer, but I will tell you that I'm here today because I'm a gay man and I have a right to love. And that love is being stomped on by Donald Trump, by Vance, by Stephen Miller, and all the fascists that stand behind the man with dyed hair and makeup on. I'm not talking about a drag queen. I'm talking about the president. And he could dress a little better, please. I wanted to bring a little bit of humor into this because this is serious shit. I will tell you, my husband is disabled and he's a fantastic painter. And he couldn't be here because of his disability. How dare you, Donald Trump, tell me that I do not have the right to love? How dare you, Vance, tell me what you tell women? You have a new agenda for people like me, and you have a new agenda for women. Yes, what did he say? You start having babies early. Go home. Raise these children. Don't be full human beings. In my community, we also are parents. We love our children. I don't personally have children. I'm 86 years old. Oh, wait a minute. I'm 84 years old. I have to be a little older before I make myself older, which is what old people do. This is dead serious. It's very hard for me to stand before you and tell you that I am frightened. Not to fight back, but the inhumanity, the casualness of the way they talk about my community, the way they want women to be, their bondage to be bound. Shame these representatives of the dream of Donald Trump and his Christian nationalists. Shame on him. What happened that first night at Stonewall was that people became visible. We lived in shadows, in closets. We were not allowed to be full, integrated human beings. And the fight for that has gone on since 1969. I am so worried about my trans friends. They have been pushed to the front lines. And this hypermasculinity that MAGA is promoting means they'll beat the shit out of us. They'll beat the shit out of trans people if they get their chance. And he says he doesn't care. Maybe that's what needs to be done, to clean up. Look who the hell is talking. Look at his lifestyle. Look at what he represents. How dare you tell me that Joel and I have no right to declare our love in the ritual that this country provides for people. It's called marriage. You don't have to be married. I didn't get married till I was like 76 years old. When I suddenly realized recently that marriage has become radical. Talk to your friends. Particularly talk to your friends who may not like gay people, or may not know any trans people, or do not talk to them. Bring them. I call 5 trans friends of mine every day to check in about how they are feeling. I'll tell you, they're a strong community, and they're not going back. And I tell you, Donald Trump, you have no right to tell me that I have not the privilege of celebrating my love for Joel.
That's right.
Trump must go now! Trump must go now! Trump must go now! But this day, we are emphasizing the right to marry, the right to love. My respect for refused fascism is a depth that I cannot tell you. But today, all of us have to remember this is about this Supreme Court with the 4 Catholics, and I grew up Catholic, the 4 Catholics that he has appointed. And I hope that they can find in their hearts and in their conscience the right to say, yes, Jim, yes, Joel, yes, Lois, yes, Sally, you can be married. Thank you.
Jim Ferret. All right, now we have coming up from Chicago, right where a lot of the ICE raids are concentrated right now, and many of you saw the footage when they raided the apartment building with the Black Hawk helicopters. And they came in and they dragged out black people and Latino people, segregated them, zip-tied them, including the babies. Dr. Ali Muhammad has been speaking out against this terror, but was also right there and witnessed it firsthand. I will not forget when he said that he looked at the ties, the chains of black people and the zip ties lined up, and it brought back to him the image of slave coffles. You know, when they chained black people together to march them, force march them from one plantation to another back during slavery days. And it is true that Trump MAGA has a direct line to the slave-owning Confederacy. It was a very powerful image he brought, and it is very important part of why Trump must go now. And I want you to put your hands together and show some love for Dr. Ali Muhammad of the Revolutionary Black Panther Party.
All power to the people. All power to the people. All power to the people. Before I fully get started, because since we're here today in front of this so-called Supreme Court, I would like to cite from the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, because these are the things many of us who know we know, but those of us who don't, we always have to understand what these rights are. According to Article 16 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, it clearly states, men and women of full age without any limitation due to race, nationality, or religion have the right to marry. All right. And to found a family. They are entitled to equal rights as to marriage, during marriage, and at its dissolution. Marriage shall be entered into only with the free and full consent of the intending spouses. So this is a human right. He can't take that or give it. So for those of you who are under the sound of my voice, yes, I'm Dr. Lee Muhammad, MD. I'm the national leader of the Revolutionary Black Panther Party, but have partnered with Refuse Fascism. So let me explain this to those of you who may not have partnered up. Refuse Fascism is a partnership hub where, regardless of your organization, regardless of your religion, regardless of your political affiliation, where those who refuse fascism come together to fight this fascist regime. Total solidarity. And I stand here as a revolutionary. Dr. King said that those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable. And we must understand that. We know that Dr. King, in his last intention, didn't make it back to D.C. because they assassinated him. But he was coming here, and if he was successful at what he did, most of what we're doing, we wouldn't have to do. But we also know that through the bastards in this courthouse here, Uncle Clarence Thomas, and all the other Toms that rock with him, and the other fools that rock with him, that they've done so much damage to what Dr. King and others have died for and they stood for. And it's madness that's going on. And they're not real judges. These are hypocrites in robes. How can you actually stand with a 34-time convicted felon? How could you stand with a man who was found liable of rape in the Jane Carroll case? That's what the judge said. The judge said, this is a rape case. That's what he said. How can you stand with a man who feels that a woman has no right over her own body? And how could you stand with a man who feels that adults who love each other can't love each other and can't marry each other? That's nobody's business. I always said that I'm only concerned with the sex of the person I'm with. Why you worry about what people messing around with? That's their business. And they have a right. Every human has a right to be with whomever they want to be with. But I also would like to say, as a survivor of one of the longest Holocausts in this land, the Black Holocaust of Ma'afa, that what is going on with our immigrant and Latino brothers and sisters is ethnic cleansing. And it is genocide. And these are crimes against humanity. Ethnic cleansing. You cannot target people because of the color of their skin. You cannot target them because of their race or whatever their persuasions or choices is in their life. When you target particular groups, it's not, oh, they're just being abusive. It is ethnic cleansing. It is a form of genocide. And the actual criminals stand in this court. Because everything that he says, they stand on. So that is a very deep thing, but I'm not going to be too long here. But what I want to say is that night, so it was September the 29th it started, but I thought it was the 30th because I was sleeping. I had just left Broadview, and I was talking mad trash, too. So, I grew up. My parents are Panthers from the 60s. So growing up, sometimes you get this little paranoia. So I'm sleeping, and I had my building shaking. I see the black house. Oh, damn, they coming for me now. So I contact my neighbor. I said, can you go outside and see what's going on? Then he came up and he told me, and I went down and I see what looked like soldiers everywhere, littering the streets. And so as I got closer to the building, he had one on the ground, and he's shooting flashbangs from the 4th floor to the 1st floor, knocking all the windows out. Then they had little black children in their underwear, might as well say naked, no shoes on. Black women in their underwear, lightly clad, might as well say naked. No shoes on, and Latino women and Latino children the same way. They had the children zip tied to each other, the women zip tied to each other, the men zip tied to each other, and they put black people in one van and Latino brothers and sisters in the other van and said they were checking us for warrants and them for their status. So this was a test case for what they have to do further. And those of us who witnessed it, like Susanna said, I wasn't there during the transatlantic slave trade. I can only go by what I learned and what I saw. But it reminded me of the images that I saw of my ancestors tied to each other, like people were bound that night. And the images are still in my head. That people in our communities are still suffering with that. South Shore, Chicago, Illinois. And so I stand here today for the rights of human beings. We must understand that when you say this is not our fight, or this is not my fight, because a lot of people live in these boxes, and some of them, they just scared. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was talking, I'm like, what's going on? So somebody said, excuse my language, but they're like, them N-words are just scared. Because there's a lot of people in our community that are detached too. But I will say this. There's a tier system, family. At the bottom of that tier is white people and marginalized white groups. Above that is women. Above that, in particular, most of the time is white women. Above that is other LGBTQIA. Above that is other immigrant groups like Chinese, Indian, Arab, and above that is Latinos, and above that is black. So it's all of our fight. Every last one of us. None of us. So they say, why are you fighting for this? What does it have to do with you if you're not LGBTQIA? Because that's another human being that they're targeting. And when they target one of us, they target all of us. You're a fool if you can see a Latino woman getting beat up and her child snatched from her because they talking about they coming after her for her status, and you're okay because you say, well, that's not my problem. I'm not an immigrant. You a fool if you can see a LGBTQIA brother or sister getting targeted because they just want to marry each other. That's not my problem. You a fool if you see a woman who wants to get an abortion, but just because she wants one, she can't have one. You a fool if you see anybody targeted and don't understand that it is all of our fight. So what I'm going to say in my closing up here, we are at the Supreme Court, and we do have First Amendment rights. For those of you who don't want to say it with me, you don't have to. But what I want to say, and I know the pastor said, please forgive me. So we have a saying in the Black Panther tradition. And for the media, I'm Dr. Ali Muhammad, the national leader of the Revolutionary Black Panther Party. We say no more brothers in jail. We say, some other things we say with that. But what I'm going to say is no more rights destroyed and F Trump, if everybody can say that word. Okay, so when I say no more rights destroyed, everybody say F Trump. That wants to say it. Now, you don't have to say it. Okay? Okay, very good. No more rights destroyed. 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 No more ICE in our community. No more ICE in our community. No more ICE in our community. No more immigrants detained. No more immigrants detained. All power to the people. Black power for black people, brown for brown, red for red, yellow for yellow, immigrant for immigrant, women for women, LGBTQIA for LGBTQIA. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Revolutionary law.
Okay, beautiful people, we have heard a lot today. We have heard a lot today, and it's important. You heard, as Dr. Ali Muhammad just said, this is a movement that is gathering people from different perspectives. A lot of different perspectives standing together because we understand that when fascism is on the brink of consolidating, there is no future that any of us want that is going to be possible if we don't defeat it. Even if the future you're fighting for is different than the future I'm fighting for and different than the future they're fighting for. We can have our differences. We need to learn to stand together. We need to learn to listen to each other, learn from each other, clarify our differences with substance and principle when it matters, but never forget that we need each other in this fight and that there is either going to be a fascist America or we are going to defeat a fascist America. So we're going to close out our rally with two beautiful songs. We're going to have two different groups of people come up and perform, and they're going to deepen and internalize a lot of our mission, a lot of our orientation, a lot of our stand, and they're going to send us off with joy. But I want to remind you that we are going to be marching tomorrow, 11 a.m., at Lamont and Mount Pleasant. Tomorrow, 11 a.m., Lamont and Mount Pleasant. Y'all got that? We're going to be taking this out to the immigrant community. We're going to be calling on them to join us. Yesterday, we marched through Georgetown and George Washington University, and we were 100 strong, and the students came rushing out and lit their sights. It inspired them, and it called out their most daring side. You're not going to get a movement that defeats Trump without the students. We went out and called on them to join us. We got to go out to the immigrants and tell them they're not alone and call on them to join us. And everywhere we go, we're radiating images of it out to the country, calling on them to join us. So I want to ask you to make this call with us now. Repeat after me. To the decent people.
To the decent people.
Across this land.
Across this land.
Now it's time.
Now it's time.
To take a stand.
To take a stand.
Get to D.C.
Get to D.C.
Get to D.C.
Get to D.C.
Trump must go now.
Trump must go now.
Trump must go now.
Trump must go now.
November 15th.
November 15th.
At the White House.
At the White House.
1 p.m.
1 p.m.
Get to D.C.
Get to D.C.
Trump must go now.
Trump must go now.
November 20th.
November 20th.
November 20th.
November 20th.
Get to D.C.
Get to D.C.
Get to D.C.
Get to D.C.
Trump must go now.
Trump must go now.
In the name of humanity.
In the name of humanity.
We refuse to accept
We refuse to accept
a fascist America.
a fascist America.
Trump must go.
Trump must go.
All right. Okay, so with that, I want to bring up Justice and Luna. You heard Justice before emceeing. They've got a beautiful song, and then after that, we're going to hear from Waking Stone, who have been just incredible. They're a core part of this movement. They opened up our rally today. They rocked the stage on November 5th. They held it down at No King's Day. They have such beauty and passion and poetry and energy. And so I want to introduce them. First, Luna, Justice and Luna, and then Waking Stone right after that. Give them both some love. Trump is a fascist, he must be removed. Trump is a fascist, he must be removed. Just like a tyrant ousted by the people, he must be removed. 'Cause we're fighting for the immigrants, he must be removed. We're fighting for our trans friends, he must be removed. We're fighting for the future, he must be removed. We're fighting for humanity, he must be removed. Just like a tyrant ousted by the people, he must be removed. He must be removed. He must be removed.
Thank you guys for the love. My brother and his husband sent me a text this morning, and they asked me to read it. They weren't able to be here today, but I thought I'd read it real quick. I'm going to play a song that I wrote about. Well, actually, it was right after Roe v. Wade was overturned. I wrote the song. But before I play it, I'll read this from my brother and his husband. If the court were to reverse course on marriage equality, it would send a message that certain families are less worthy, that dignity can be denied based on the feelings of others, and the promise of equal justice under law is utterly hollow. To remove the right to marriage for same-sex couples, the court shall regulate hundreds of thousands of Americans to a status of second-class citizenship. The institution of marriage has been enriched, not diminished, by the inclusion of loving, committed same-sex couples. To cast that aside now would do grave damage, not only to those couples and their families, but to the moral authority of this court and to the broader aspiration of justice that binds our nation.
That's right.
Marriage must not become a privilege dependent on religious views of others. To advance one's group's religious views over those of others is not an affirmation of religious freedom. It is a betrayal of it. Marriage equality must be protected. All right, so this is called "Is It Too Late?" It's meant to be hopeful. So we're looking for that. All right, so here we go. All right. Thank you so much. We're here with the Handmaid Army, and I'm really proud of all of these women that have come from all over, actually, to be here. So we're the Handmaid Army DC, and we're going to have one of our handmaids come and say a few words real quick about why she's here, and on this very particular day. So, yep, here comes Miss Kira.
everyone. Here we are again at the Supreme Court. It's fitting for me because I have a dog or two in this fight. My first protest was in California for the 2008 Proposition 8. I won't get into it. We can Google it later, okay? It was to ban gay marriage in California.
No, hate, vote hate.
Right. Okay. So I met and married my current wife. I'm gay. 10 years ago. We have been married for 6, and I adopted our 3 incredible children when I lived in Arkansas under a step-parent adoption. After Roe v. Wade was overturned, though, we had to run. We fled Arkansas to New York. We left the life that we loved and had built together because we knew Sarah Suckabee Sanders would never see my wife and I, my transgender son, and my other gay son as humans. It became a place that threatened our freedom in all of the scariest ways. All I could do was think to myself back then, what do I do now? I want my children to grow up in a world where their lives, their choices, and their identities are not only tolerated, but respected. I stand because survival is not enough. I fight because hope demands it. I resist because the world my kids inherit cannot be the one I have endured. So, what do we do now? When the highest court in the land considers reopening wounds we thought were healed, when rights we already won are treated as temporary privileges, when equality itself stands trial again, what do we do? Stand up! Fight back! Stand up!
Fight back!
What we must do is stand up for the promise that liberty and justice truly means for all. Liberty and justice for all. So, we must not allow any court to erase our humanity. Let no decision define our dignity. What do we do? Stand up.
Fight back!
Stand up.
Fight back!
What we should do is build communities grounded in care, not control. Inclusion, not exclusion. A society that values compassion more than condemnation. One that honors faith, but never weaponizes it. We should never, ever let them preach to us with a mouthful of scripture while carrying a heart full of hate. What do we do? Stand up! Fight back! Stand up!
Fight back!
What we will do, we will resist. We will rewrite history in favor, What we will do is resist to rewrite history in favor of prejudice. We will defend every family, every union, every right earned through struggle and sacrifice to our queer mothers, fathers, and grandparents. What do we do? Stand up!
Fight back!
Stand up!
Fight back!
We do what generations did before us. We march. We vote. We organize. We protect each other when the law conveniently forgets how to do that. We ensure that freedom of a religion never becomes freedom to discriminate. And if the court hears this case, we will be outside of these steps, not with hate, but with hope. Not to condemn, but to remind. To remind them that behind every law are human lives. Whose lives?
Our lives!
Whose choice?
Our choice!
Whose bodies?
Our bodies!
Whose court?
Our court!
Whose house?
Our house!
Behind every ruling are families. Our families, my families, your families. Behind every freedom are those who fought to keep it alive. What do? Fight back. We love louder. We live freer. We stand stronger together. No power on this earth can silence a people who have already learned to rise. That is what we are going to do. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Let's give it up for Refuse Fascism for organizing all this and all you for being here today. Thank you, guys. We're going to play one more song to keep the spirit and soul moving as we end things, but I just want to make a quick speech here. It is going to be real quick here, okay, before we start. We all know why we stand here today, because our Supreme Court has been hijacked. Hijacked by Christian nationalists and dark money puppeteers who want to control every part of our lives.
That's right.
This isn't justice, it's tyranny dressed in robes. They call it religious freedom, but it's a weapon to silence women, to erase trans people, to punish anyone who doesn't bow to their narrow vision of power. When they overturned Roe versus Wade, they didn't just strip a right. They declared war on equality. They want to bring us back to a time when women were obedient, queer people were invisible, and dissent was a crime. But we refuse to go back. We refuse to kneel. We refuse to accept a fascist America. This is our country, not theirs. We believe in real freedom, freedom for everyone. And we will not stop until this illegitimate Supreme Court and the Trump fascist regime is removed from power. That's right. We will not stop until this nation serves the people again.
Come on, Miss Justice.
I'll take your flag. Oh, she got the flag. All right. This is Justice.
Again, I'm Justice for All from Refuse Fascism NorCal. I'm a woman, I'm black, and I'm queer. And I have the right to exist. And so do each and every one of you. Warning the effects of global warming. Warning the effects of global warming. World is inside, even though ice is swarming. Now they're trying to throw the man to the gators. They're coming for you, be it soon or later. Danger, there's a fascist in the White House. It's up to us to drive them out. Danger, there's a fascist in the White House. It's up to us to drive him out. Soldier, come on and step forward. Choose a side before the man fucks you over. Do you really expect him to honor and protect you? He calls you suckers and losers, he don't even respect you. Said danger, there's a fascist in the White House. It's up to us to drive him out. Yes, danger, there's a fascist in the White House. It's up to us to drive him out. The Senate, the House, the courts won't save you. It's up to us to say it now, say it proud. Trump must go now. Adolf Hitler, Mussolini, and Stalin. was in peril till the dictators have fallen.
War was in peril till the dictators have fallen.
To all of you awake enough to hear the warning.
All of you awake enough to hear the warning.
Now is the time. Refuse fascism is calling.
Now is the time.
Yeah. Now I'm saying danger, danger. There's a fascist in the White House.
Danger, danger, there's a fascist in the White House.
It's up to us to drive him out.
It's up to us to drive him out.
Yes, danger, danger. There's a fascist in the White House.
Danger, danger, there's a fascist in the White House.
It's up to us to drive him out. Danger, danger, there's a fascist in the SCOTUS. It's up to us to drive them out. Yes, danger, danger, there are fascists in the SCOTUS. It's up to us to drive them out. It's up to us to drive him out. It's up to us to drive him out. It's up to us. It's up to us. It's up to us. It's up to us. It's up to us to drive him out. It's up to us to drive them out. It's up to us. 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 It's up to us.
It's up to us.
You ready? Trump must go now!
Trump must go now.
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 And it's taking all of us to do it. Let's do this, y'all!
Hay que desconectar.
Alright folks, that is a wrap here on this protest outside of the Supreme Court. The court is meeting privately today. They're hearing arguments on they will decide on whether they want to take up a case that could potentially overturn the 2015 ruling that had legalized same-sex marriage nationwide. So that is the purpose of this particular protest out here today, people demonstrating against that potential overturning and in support of same-sex marriage. This particular protest here was organized by the group Refuse Fascism, same group that had organized that protest that I had covered on Wednesday of this week, also in DC. As I had noted earlier on that stream, they're planning ongoing protests. This is one of the ones that they had spoken about there on Wednesday. Handmade Army DC also out here today, as you can see. Some people in costumes as well. This is the scene here this Friday morning. Thank you for watching, for tuning in. More to come in the near future here this month. Hope you will all tune in on that.